Accidentally Yours, a comedic romance that begins with an accidental but fateful accident. It all started with a croissant. A buttery, flaky croissant that launched itself from Sophie Miller's overstuffed paper bag, did an impressive somersault through the spring morning air, and smacked Liam Carter square in the face. Sophie stared in horror as the man staggered back, caught completely off guard, and tripped over a tiny yapping Pomeranian wearing a rhinestone tutu. He landed on his back with a dull thud, croissant still heroically clinging to his cheek like a doughy badge of shame. "Oh my God, I am so sorry." Sophie rushed over, dropping the rest of her breakfast onto the sidewalk. The man blinked up at her, dazed. Did I just get assaulted by breakfast? Yes, technically. It was the croissant, not me. I swear it was an accident. He sat up, brushing flakes off his coat. "You threw it like a ninja star." "I didn't throw it. It flew," she insisted. The bag tore. "I was trying to juggle my phone, a coffee, and no." She spotted her latte oozing across the pavement like caffeinated lava. He picked up the now mutilated croissant, inspecting it like it was a suspicious artifact. "Well, I guess I deserved it." Sophie frowned. "Wait, why? I was texting while walking. Karma's got good aim, apparently." She chuckled, the tension loosening. "Are you okay? Do you need a doctor? A replacement breakfast? Legal representation?" He grinned. "I think I'll survive, though I might need emotional support croissants." Sophie laughed. "I can make that happen." She offered her hand to help him up, took it, and in that weird, clumsy, very public moment of croissant violence, something licked. 2 days later, Sophie found herself sipping espresso across from the stranger she'd technically attacked. Liam turned out to be charming, a little sarcastic, and had the kind of smile that could disarm even the most defensive of pastry projectiles. "So what do you do when you're not launching baked goods at innocent pedestrians?" he teased. "I'm an assistant producer for a travel vlog. You film ridiculous things like top 10 haunted train stations. Or can you live in a treehouse for a week?" Sophie said, twirling her straw. He raised an eyebrow. "Do you? Do I? What? Live in treehouses. Only when I want to escape awkward first dates." He smiled, unfazed. "And I guess I'm safe. So far." Sophie couldn't remember the last time she laughed so much on a day. Tori even enjoyed one this much. It was like their awkward meet-cute had short-circuited the usual tension. Everything felt ... easy. By the end of the night, it already set plans for croissant redemption date number 2. The next few weeks blurred into a delightful montage of chaos. On their third date, Liam took her to an outdoor movie in the park. Halfway through Casablanca, it started to rain. Instead of running for cover, they danced under the downpour until a pigeon landed on Liam's head and ruined the mood. Another time, Sophie tried to surprise him with homemade lasagna. The lasagna turned out great. The surprise? Less so when she walked into his apartment without knocking and found him shirtless, wielding a vacuum like a lightsaber. Their relationship was full of surprises. Its communications, awkward timing, bad weather, and once a very unfortunate karaoke duet of total eclipse of the heart. But somehow it all just worked. Then came the big misunderstanding. It was a Tuesday. Sophie had been filming in Boston for a new vlog episode. Exhausted but excited, she texted Liam to meet her at her place for dinner. He never showed. Not a text, not a call. She tried again the next day. Nothing. By Thursday, she'd convinced herself it was over. He'd ghosted her. Maybe it had all been a croissant-fueled fling, and now the butter had melted. Heart sinking, she curled up on the couch and tried not to cry into her cereal. That's when her phone buzzed. From unknown number, "This is Nurse Kelly from St. Luke's Hospital. Is this Sophie Miller? We found your name listed as an emergency contact for Liam Carter." Sophie dropped her cereal spoon. "Emergency what now?" Liam had been hit by a rogue bicycle courier. He'd broken his ankle, bruised his ribs, and, worst of all, lost his phone, which explained the radio silence. Sophie stormed into his hospital room an hour later, hair frazzled, mascara half running down her face. "You got hit by a bike and didn't tell me?" Liam blinked from the bed, sheepish. "I tried. My phone went flying into a fountain." She folded her arms. "Could have at least carrier pigeoned me. I would have. But the last pigeon I met had a grudge," he quipped, referencing the outdoor movie incident. She couldn't help it. She laughed. Idiot, he grinned. You still like me though, right? She sat beside him, taking his hand. I might even love you a little. Good, he said, because I already do. 6 months later, Sophie and Liam were back where it all began, outside that same cafe. Only this time, there were no flying croissants. Just a small velvet box in Liam's hand, and a speech that he'd accidentally dropped into a puddle 5 minutes earlier. I don't have the fancy words, he admitted, kneeling on the same sidewalk where he'd once face-planted in front of her. But I know this: if I have to get hit by 1,000 more pastries to meet you again, I would. Sophie burst out laughing, tears in her eyes. That's the worst proposal ever. Is that a yes? She nodded, kneeling with him. Accidentally yours.